Are you struggling to choose the right AI platform for all of your marketing content needs? Let me tell you, I get it. It feels like a new ChatGPT competitor or clone comes on the market every few hours. Thousands of AI tools are being released by the month. So how do you step into this forest with knowledge? Well, you're in the right place because today I'm going to break down Content at Scale versus ChatGPT in a head-to-head showdown. I'm going to give you all the facts and let you decide which tool is going to be best for your AI content production. So let's dive in. So first, let's talk about generalized AI content tools versus specialized and specific AI writing tools. So on one hand, you have generalized AI writing tools like Jasper, ChatGPT, which we're going to look at today, Writer, and many more. These tools are great at mass producing all kinds of content in every length and direction, whether it's a tweet, an 8-word headline, an email outline, ideas for your next business, a strategy for your next business plan, Amazon category research, what to name your new pet. I mean, the list is endless when it comes to generalized AI writing tools. You can use it for just about anything you can imagine. I've used ChatGPT to write recipes that I cooked for dinner that were pretty good. On the other hand, you have specialized AI writing tools. Content at Scale is one of those. So the specialty of Content at Scale is long-form SEO blogging that is so human-like. It passes AI detection and requires very little work. It has all the formatting, the structure of an SEO blog, and a lot of work has gone into this end AI writing product. Whenever you're in the dashboard, you feel like you're using a conglomeration of great tools. But the beauty is all of your content is written inside of the features of this tool. So even the meta title and the meta description is written for you then and there. And all of this is inside a dashboard that can sync to your site and automatically publish your content to a WordPress website. We have more integrations coming soon. So with the click of a button, you can take your content from the Content at Scale dashboard to live on your website with everything. So Content at Scale is like having an army of content writers, and ChatGPT is a generalized chatbot that can help you build strategy, headlines, name your next pet, and a million other use cases, but it's not specifically built for long-form blogging like Content at Scale. So choose your purpose and it'll help you narrow down the AI writing tool that you're going to use a lot better. So let's actually move to my desk and generate some content both with Content at Scale and ChatGPT. Okay, so to properly do this, we're going to go ahead and write a blog with ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT Plus, which is around $20 a month. So I'm inside of ChatGPT. I'm going to use the GPT-4 model. So we'll see how that stacks up. And then I'm inside the Content at Scale app. I'm actually going to use this to blog. So you're going to get to see the magic of Content at Scale for blogging. So first, I want to go back in time with ChatGPT and show you some of the things I've been successful at. So you can see that if I'm asking ChatGPT to generate a short piece of content on something specific, it's actually pretty good. It writes usable content. And I've done this for so many different things. I've asked it to write me an email. I've asked it for Star Wars May the 4th webinar titles, and it's done a pretty good job. I've even asked it to review products on Amazon and give me the most frequent complaints and the most positive comments. So these are good use cases of ChatGPT. But let's actually start a new chat with ChatGPT and ask it to write a blog. So first, you notice that it says it has a cap. We can only send 25 messages every 3 hours, and that might go down as they adjust for demand. So this means that we're kind of limited. We can't publish a ton of content. We can't run 1,000 blog posts through at once. It would literally break ChatGPT. So with Content at Scale, we can actually start with a few different sources whenever we click the button Add Content and we get ready to write a blog. So we can literally just give it one keyword. We don't even have to add context. We can give it an existing URL. We can give it a YouTube video URL. We can give it a podcast episode, and then we can also upload a custom audio file. So with ChatGPT, it is the Wild West. You're starting with the prompt field. So you're prompting ChatGPT, and you have to really think through this. So if I was to use ChatGPT the same way I'm going to use Content at Scale, which is very simple, right? All I need is a keyword. Then I'm going to try to do the same thing with ChatGPT and see what happens. So I'm going to have ChatGPT and Content at Scale go head to head writing a blog post for our own site at Content at Scale. We use our app to write all of our blog content here. It's a lot of content that we're publishing in a short amount of time. So my keyword today is marketing AI tools. With Content at Scale, all I have to do is go into the project for the website, click add content, and start with my keyword. That's it. I don't even have to prompt the tool. With Content at Scale 2.0, you're better off letting our semantic search algorithm analysis run, meaning the minute we hit create content now, this tool is actually going to look at the top of Google and rewrite what's working for your article. So pretty genius stuff. ChatGPT is pulling from billions of data points to write your blog. So let's tell ChatGPT to write a long form blog around the keyword. Write a blog that will rank in the top of Google in the style of Julia McCoy. Okay, so we're going to hit enter and see what ChatGPT Plus can do. So something I notice as it writes the content, there are no links and citations included, and that's something that Content at Scale claims it can do, and we'll put that to the test. So it's mentioning tools, it's mentioning techniques, but there are no links, right? And I'm not inside of an editable software right now. I have to go and copy and paste this over to Word, Google Docs, add my links, and even add the formatting. We don't have H2s, we just have blanket points and bullet points going on. So still waiting for it to write. It's currently still writing. All right, and it just broke. We're gonna ask it to please continue to write my blog. And we'll see if saying please encourages it to finish. Okay, there we go. It's continuing to write. I do notice, you have to babysit it a bit. So if it breaks and you don't ask it to continue writing, you're not going to get a full-length blog. Whenever I'm reading this and I'm asking myself, does this have comprehensive insights? There's only a couple tools mentioned for content creation. And really, I'd like to see a lot more, right? Because there's ChatGPT, there's Content at Scale, and those were completely missed in this section. Okay, so this also, I would say, reads with a ton of fluff. By leveraging these innovative applications, businesses can revolutionize their marketing strategies, yada, yada. I would cut that. That's terrible for readability. But I do have to say, ChatGPT wrote a long form blog. So if we check out the word count, we're at 900 words. So that's what ChatGPT did for the keyword marketing AI tools. All right, so let's go and take this to Content at Scale and see what it can do. So again, we're in a project. That's where you want to start. You want to add your website as a project. This gives the tool context. Inside the project is also where we can choose tone of voice. We can put in the target audience, and we can set this up properly. So you only have to set that up once. You don't have to keep telling it the tone of voice. You just set that at a project level. Okay, so we're going to create this long form blog from a keyword. Our keyword is that. We're not even going to add context. And now we wait for it to add to the queue. Okay, so we can see a couple minutes later that it's in the queue, and it gives us a timestamp. It gives us this little icon showing us that we created this from a keyword. And then we're going to continue to see the status as it writes. So the status is now showing, it says it's 20% done. So a minute later, it's 40% done. We'll see what happens. Okay, so our blog at Content at Scale is written. It took me roughly the same amount of time that ChatGPT did. So it was right under 5 minutes for both. So we're gonna take a look at this before I've done any editing, any optimization. This is what it looks like in the queue. We have a full headline here. We can copy the keyword from here, and we can see it's 2,800 words plus, and the optimization score is 58. So, and that score is dependent on your SEO. Think of it like Yoast or Rank Math giving you a score on your WordPress post telling you, hey, this is close to 100% optimized and good for SEO. So it's your SEO health score. Do we get that at ChatGPT? Definitely not. This is a completely static environment. We don't have additional features built in. Content at Scale, on the other hand, feels like I am replacing Surfer SEO, Google Docs, Yoast, and I'll even tell you it connects directly to my WordPress site. So I can go to the project settings. Let's do that really quick. If I go back to the project level, I can go up here to integrations. Coming soon, we have Shopify, so it'll directly connect to your Shopify site. Right now we have WordPress. I can download the WordPress plugin, upload that to my site, and all of these blogs get automatically syndicated to my WordPress site, which is a game changer. So within my WordPress site, I'm no longer clicking add new post and doing all of that work from scratch, like writing the meta, structuring my H2s. Instead, I can start AI writing within Content at Scale and it syncs directly to WordPress. So already we've named like 10 additional features that ChatGPT does not have. So if I go into the post, let's look at the quality because that matters a lot. And let's see what that actually looks like. So the post is loading. I can see right here on the right, I have a meta title written for me. Pretty good. That's a really good title. I have a URL based on the keyword and I have a meta description. All of this is written by the AI writer. Then I have the SEO optimization score. I know how many words I have. I know that I need to include some pictures, some images. And look at this magic. It already includes 13 links. So let's go look at the content over here in the editor on the left. So we have good structure right away. We have a table of contents. All of that is linked to the content that's here inside of the blog. It'll work automatically whenever we syndicate this post to our WordPress. Let me tell you, that's such a game changer. I remember when my writer was hyperlinking all of the table of contents and the subheaders, and that alone sometimes would take her 40 minutes. So we're saving that. This AI writer does it for you. So here we go. We have our first link. Let's edit and see what that looks like. So that's an IBM research link. That's pretty powerful stuff. And in our AIO writing process, I would fact check, right? So I would continue to double check everything stated to make sure it's correct. We have links to the tools that are mentioned. That's pretty cool. We have key takeaways written to tell our readers, hey, these are the summaries of the blog section that you just scrolled past. So great way to get attention. We have sections here on how to identify your target audience with AI tools, how to create engaging content with GPT-3 language models, optimization tools. Looks like we need to do a little bit of cleanup right here, but I would expect to do that anyway, because we're always going to humanly edit this content. We're never just going to publish straight from AI. We need to go through it and make it better. And we have a full tutorial on a craft, which is the AIO writing process. In case you want to know, how do I go through this and make it better? You got to cut the fluff, review, edit, and optimize, add images and media. You can follow the on-page checklist right here and catch everything. I've been telling people the on-page checklist feels like it replaces an SEO writing course, because typically I would have to train my writer on what to look for, but it's all here. I don't have to do that anymore. I can give this engine, this dashboard to a writer. They're going to know what to do simply by following the on-page checklist that's generated for every single article, and it's customized to that article. So nothing is more powerful for your SEO blog than that. A custom generated on-page checklist. Pretty amazing. So as we scroll through, we see the conclusion, summary, and then we see frequently asked questions. It looks like we need to do a little bit of cleanup here. So as we go through this article, we want to clean it up. We want to add personal touch and tone, apply that craft framework. But let me tell you, this is saving over 8 hours on the writing, the research, the optimization, and the third-party process, like adding to WordPress, right? Because I can have all of this syndicated in my blog to WordPress, and it looks exactly like a writer did it by hand. This is what it looks like whenever an article is loaded into WordPress from Content at Scale. It's good stuff. We've edited this, added some images, but you can see like the H3s are here. It's all structured and it's good to go. So this is going to save so much time on the SEO blogging process, and this is quality content. It's good. So over here, we also have a notes section. We can leave notes if we have other people logging in and using this tool. The research section includes a brief where I can rerun the whole post for free if I don't like it. I can go see what's ranking at the top of Google for this keyword. I can do a quick plagiarism scan, which I did, and it rates as 100% original. This is a Copyscape API plugin. And then I can also go to the AI detector and click detect, and it's detecting as 93% human. Over here on the media, I can add a featured image and that'll sync to WordPress as well. And we have a history log of who updated the content and when, which is pretty cool. So this is an all-in-one solution for the SEO marketer. To me, it's a lot more than a writer. It replaces Surfer SEO. I don't even have to bother with Yoast SEO. It's automatically filled out whenever this syndicates directly to WordPress. So it's saving me a ton of time. And of course, ChatGPT doesn't do that. It doesn't syndicate to my site. It doesn't give me an on-page checklist, and it doesn't link to anything here. I have to go and add all those links, and I can't even work within this as an editor. It's a static page. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, finally, pricing. So ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. This gets you access to what you see right here. So I'm on ChatGPT Plus. I'm using it. This is what it looks like. Content at Scale, on the other hand, starts at $250 a month. The per piece price, if we think about one 2,500 word article, what would that cost? It starts at $31 a post, goes down all the way to $15 per post if you need 100 per month. So this is perfect for the big publisher, the affiliate site manager, the SEO marketer, the agency that truly needs content at scale. It's perfect for that because if you think about the price per post, if I was to go and hire a writer for a research-backed piece that looked a lot like this, at 2,800 words, I would be paying at least $300. At least, maybe more, sometimes double that. So if you think about $600 as opposed to 31 bucks, Content at Scale is an incredible deal for what you get. And as we saw, ChatGPT does not stack up to it in the ability to produce SEO content, directly sync that to your site with an on-page checklist right there in your editor, research-backed, links to the claims made, and so much more. So Content at Scale is really like an army of writers, but it's all AI, and ChatGPT is more that generalized chatbot. And you can see that from today's tutorial. So there you have it, a head-to-head breakdown showing you why Content at Scale is the better choice when it comes to long-form blogging. This is the specific use case that Content at Scale was built for, and it was built by an SEO marketer, Justin McGill, who started out as that. And he too had the pain and the trouble of trying to hire writers and train them on SEO content. He literally built the solution he needed for himself, and now it's perfect for millions of other marketers because it works, quite frankly, at producing long-form, research-backed, high-quality blogs. Try Content at Scale out and experience the difference of using this tool for your long-form blogging today. Go to contentscale.ai to learn all about our tool and sign up. For more videos just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you have more questions about ChatGPT in relation to SEO, be sure to watch this video on why ChatGPT isn't specifically good for SEO research, with some real data that we uncovered when I was using ChatGPT to help me find keywords. Be sure to watch that, and I'll see you right back here on our YouTube channel.